IT Security Operations Center, SOC. Security attacks are becoming increasingly complex and exhibiting increasingly sophisticated capabilities. So, addressing the complexity and sophistication of such attacks must include not only investing in preventive measures, but also the development of intelligent and integrated monitoring capabilities incorporated into an incident response program. The IT SOC's journey for the past 15 years can be broken to four incremental generations. First generation, IT SOC. Device monitoring, log collection, and retention. Limited device coverage with slow reaction to security incidents. Mainly, security operations were not delivered by the establishment of a formal SOC, but in many cases by an IT operations individual or a team who focused on a blend of tasks. This could be responsibility for device and network health monitoring, managing antivirus security across the organization, and log collection. In the first generation of SOC, logging messages would most likely be locally saved on each system, rather than stored on a centralized collection system such as a Security Information and Event Management, SIEM. Second generation. IT SOC, events correlation, network and syslog, log collection, case management. This is the generation in which SIEM tools started to emerge. Early generations of SIEM providers such as Net Forensics, Network Intelligence, and Cisco Security, Monitoring Analysis, and Response System, MARS, promised to detect network threats, releasing administrators from the complex, and in many cases impossible task of manually analyzing huge amounts of log information. The early providers of such tools focused on Security Threat Management, STM, also referred to as Security Event Management, SEM, which delivers real-time log analysis for the purpose of threat detection. Third generation. IT SOC, vulnerability management, incident response capabilities. As SIEM tools further established their importance, other security services started to find their way to the SOC. In this generation, the IT SOC team would handle tasks related to vulnerability management, in addition to being heavily involved in formalizing and executing tasks related to incident response. Vulnerability management refers to the practice in which vulnerabilities are discovered and confirmed, their impact is evaluated, corrective measures are identified and executed, and their status is tracked and reported until closure. Fourth generation. IT SOC, data correlation, big data security analytics, threat intelligence services, consumption of cloud security services, network flow analysis, digital investigation. This generation of SOC introduces a number of advanced security services that attempt to tackle new security threats. The first new concept is expanding on the limited event correlation seen in previous generations of SIEM to big data security. Big data security analytics can be defined as the ability to analyze large amount of data over long periods of time to discover threats, and then present and visualize the results. An example of using big data is ingesting large threat intelligence feeds about attacks seen all over the world, rather than limiting event correlation to internal threats. Attack data could be website reputation data, malicious sources, volumetric trends for identifying distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks, and so on. The most fundamental responsibility for IT SOC: collecting and analyzing data. Every organization operates its own unique and continuously evolving list of services and systems. However, the basic questions related to data collection and analysis remain similar across all organizations. Which elements should you monitor? What data should you collect, and in what format? What level of logging should you enable on each element? What protocols should you use to collect data from the various elements? Do you need to store the data you collect, and for how long? Which data should you parse and analyze? How much system and network overhead does data collection introduce? How do you associate data collection requirements with capacity management? How do you evaluate and optimize your data collection capability? Assessment methodology for IT SOCs. A capabilities assessment is the first step to understanding how to develop a new or enhance an existing SOC operation. Step 1. Identify the SOC business and IT goals. Step 2. Identify the capabilities that are to be assessed based on the SOC goals. Step 3. Collect information related to people, processes, and technology capabilities. Step 4. Analyze the collected information and assign maturity levels to the assessed capabilities. Step 5. Present, discuss, and formalize the findings. IT SOC strategy. The first step in developing a SOC is to formalize a strategy. The SOC strategy is based on the output of the capabilities assessment and aims to formalize the following aspects: SOC mission statement, SOC strategic goals, SOC scope, SOC model of operation, SOC services, SOC capabilities development roadmap, SOC key performance indicators, KPI, and metrics. Conclusion. Establishing and maintaining a IT SOC is a continuous process of planning, designing, building, and operating a center that can detect and respond to security incidents. The establishment of the SOC requires developing various capabilities and maintenance related to people, processes, and technology. Understanding and formalizing the roles of the SOC program in the overall information security management system of an organization is paramount to the success of the IT SOC. Looking for establishing and maintaining a IT Security Operations Center SOC is a continuous process for your organization. Please schedule a 30-minute no-obligation call with IT SOC experts at DigitoWork to design and manage your IT Security Operations Center SOC.